My friend, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is a weird video, I guess, but let's give it a try. The reason for that is because the last 2 days I felt a little bit off. I've Since 2 days my energy is slowing down a little bit or a little bit dropping. And today as I woke up, I felt the same. I don't felt as good as usually. Let's say it like this. And this inspired me to make this video, and I wanted to talk about why I make a video every single day. And it's not because I want to grow my YouTube channel very fast or something like that. It's more selfish, I guess. Of course, I love to grow a community. I love to share with you. I love to connect with you and share some experiences of mine. But I do it for myself, to be honest. I Maybe I'm the one who has the most benefits of my videos. That's totally possible. That's totally possible. And yeah, let's dive into it. Why do I make a video every single day? The reason for that is because I made a commitment. I gave myself a promise. And the promise is I promised myself to show up every single day as the best version of myself, without compromising, without excuses, without anything. No excuses allowed, no nothing. Non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. And yet the reason for that is I do it for me. I do it for me. I am like a live example of reprogramming your subconscious mind. And it's not about I it's not about feeling good every single day. Of course, it's nice to have a lot of great days and to feel extremely happy and joyful. But there is still an old part inside of me, like my old self. And like I said, it's not about feeling good every single day. It's about to show up as the best version of myself. And I don't need to feel good to show up as the best version of myself. And another thing is, yeah, I to show up as the best version of myself, even when I don't feel good, there is what does that mean? That for me, it means to be real, authentic, and to show up. And one very important point is that I'm not gonna make things worse. I'm just fucking don't do it. And that sounds maybe hard for someone or hard on myself or something like that. But let me tell you something. If you have enough of your shit life, and I hope you have a good life, I hope you have the best life ever, but if you are a little bit like me, I had such an amazing shit life, I'm done. I am done with it. I'm not going back to my old self or to my, of course, sometimes I slip back into default mode. Sometimes I slip back into some of my old programs of my old self, but that doesn't mean that I'm going back to my old life. No, not in 100 years. Whatever may happen, you will never see me back in my old life. And is the reason is because, like I said, it was horrific. It was everything else than fun. It was a horror trip. It was a fucking horror trip. So, you know what I mean? This anger, this anger inside of me was finally good, was finally, yeah, here for something good. I could use it for something to make a commitment, a promise to myself. And I can't remember how many times I broke my own promise to myself. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this over and over again. You will pay with all of your self-esteem, with all of your self-confidence, and your self-love. It's these three things are combined. It's they are together. So if you want to change your life, you have to love yourself. You really have to start to love yourself in every area of your life, in every aspect of your life. You need to build self-trust, self-confidence, self-esteem. And this doesn't grow on trees. It needs some action, it needs commitment. And it can be as simple as that you promise yourself something and you are executing it, you are doing it. It's like a soul killer. It's like a soul killer to not go for the things you want. It's a soul killer to break a promise to yourself. And man, I start to get a little bit emotional about this because, yeah, it's no joke. I broke every promise to myself, or most of my promises, and this one, it will not happen. It will simply not happen. How can I be so sure? I suffered enough. I had enough pain. How can you be so sure? Well, if you are done with feeling really, really bad, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you had enough pain, enough suffering, you will make a decision. Oh, that's a good one. There is the Dr. Joe Dispenza's quote again. You will make a decision with such firm intention that the amplitude of energy is greater than the hardwired programs in your brain and the emotions conditioned in your body. And this happened to me when it comes to my promise to show up as the best version of myself every fucking single day. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to feel good. The only thing I have to do is to not make things worse. And there is a nice word for it, or it's also called letting go. Letting go is such a powerful thing. We have so much information. There is no lack of information. There is just a lack of execution. So imagine your life, how great your life could be if you could let go of every self-sabotaging belief, every bad habit, everything what is not serving you. Imagine how great or healthy or wealthy your life would be without learning new skills. Without learning new skills. It would have a great impact on your life if you could do that. And I know For many people, it's very, very hard. For me, it was the same. I had to study 15 years how to let go. I had no idea. And already talked about it. A very good thing to which which could help you to let go is by implementing new things, learning new skills. And for example, I'm at a place at the moment. I don't feel like learning so many new skills. I don't feel like it. I learned so many new skills the last 10 years, and there is always something to learn. But now I'm in a position, it's easier for me to let go. It's easier for me to stay in this observer role. I'm in the observer role, and if I wake up and if I feel bad, I reflect on myself. Why is that? Is there a trigger? Is something triggering me? Or did I make the wrong choice about my diet, workout, or whatever? And my commitment to the best version of myself is to be loving and kind and stay in an observer mode. I'm in the observer mode, I observe myself, I be loving and kind, and if I wake up not feeling so good, it's not a bad day. It's still a perfect day. It's always a perfect day for me. It's always a perfect day. And I also recommend it to you. It's always a perfect day as long as you are breathing. And of course, things can go wrong. But just because shit is happening doesn't mean it's not a perfect day. Just because you made a stupid decision doesn't mean that you are stupid. And it took me quite a while to understand this because I was always hard on myself. I was always beating myself up. I was always, especially, yeah, if something happened. I don't felt so good for whatever reason, and my mind, club, started to search for evidence. Yeah, today this happened. This is that's maybe the reason why I feel so bad. And also this, my friend didn't help me out today. That's also a reason why I have the right to feel bad. And I will come up with more and more reasons. It's your perspective. Whatever you focus on grows. If you want to have evidence why it's a bad day or why you feel bad, you will find it. You will find it. And if I trained myself over years and months of reprogramming my limiting beliefs. And guess what? They still show up sometimes. One of my biggest one is like, I'm not good enough. And it starts like with thinking about the problem, overthinking. I use my analytical mind to think about a problem which I cannot solve or I have no solution in my analytical mind, but I'm going for it. I'm stressed out and I start to think about my problem, trying to find a solution. And what will happen every time? It's every time the same thing. You are gonna make your brain worse 100% of the time. And to make a video every single day, it's the commitment for me to stay in a special frequency. I'm not always high up there, super excited, super happy, but still, I'm not going deeper than like neutral level. If there is no, yeah, if something really bad happens to me, I already have had to deal with like every loss. I lost my best friend. I lost most of my family. I lost my money 100 times. I was homeless 3 times or more. So life has a hard time to boredom me. It's not so easy to boredom me. And of course, sometimes I feel just yeah really sad or angry. But again, I reflect on myself. Where is this coming from? Why is it? And I find also, and I can give myself an answer most of the time. And first of all, if I have a bad day, first thing I do is great. Thank you so much. I love bad days. I really love bad days so much because self if I have a bad day, the meaning for me is it's self-care day. And no, you don't have to be gay. Also, men can have a self-care day. I love this. If I feel and I did everything to make this happen. It's not just I say, oh, it's self-care day and I like bad days. I mean this. I really mean this. And the reason for that is because I prepared myself over many years. I'm so fucking free and I'm so free and I'm actually pretty you could say rich because if I don't feel good, I do whatever it takes to not feel worse. I do everything it takes to take care of myself. If I feel bad and if I don't want to do something, I don't do it. Period. Period. No, I don't discuss things like that. If I don't want to do something because I don't feel like it, out. I am out. If I decide I will have a bubble bath for 5 hours straight, you will find me in my bath tube. Whatever it is, and I know if you have a lot of work to do, if you have a lot of commitments, a lot of things, stuff going on in your life, yeah, I know it's not easy. It's not easy. But you can prepare yourself. That's what I want to say. And 2017, like how many, like over 8 years ago, I knew my life is shit. I knew I need to change and I need to start to make the right decisions. And it was for me to also figure out a way to have as much freedom as possible. Time is freedom. I love money. I love money. I like money. But to be honest, I give a shit about it. I give nothing about it. I love it. It's great. It's great if I have it. But if I don't have it, I'm still rich. I'm so rich in time. Nobody can tell me what to do. I'm sovereign. And that feels pretty fucking nice. That's pretty nice. And yeah, that's like how I deal with a bad day. And like I said, you cannot switch. It's hard to switch into a mode like this, into dealing with a bad day like me, if you just try it or but you know what I mean. It takes preparation and like I said, a bad day for me, okay, good, it's self-care day. I will be extra kind to myself and I don't make things worse. I don't need to learn new stuff. I don't need to climb Mount Everest. I don't need to anything. Everything I do is loving myself. being kind and nice to myself. And if my monkey mind tells me, oh, there is this, you fucked up this, or why can't you figure out this? I notice myself, I observe myself, and I know, oh, it's an old program, it's an old pattern. It's based on a limiting belief. I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not loved. And that's why I have these thoughts and these emotions. And that's, yeah, that's the reason why I make a video every single day. Everything I said in this video gets reinforced for me by making a video every single day. It helps me to stay on a nice frequency. Let's say it like this, because I know if I allow myself to drop my frequency next to the ground, I'm not. It's not possible for me to make a video. It's simply I can't do it. So, and I also know there are certain demons down there, this low frequency. It's the home of demons. Your demons, my demons, the devil, however you want to call it. And I used to dance with these guys. So don't do this. Don't just just don't just don't do this. And this is why I can make this video and without feeling completely stupid, because I know what I am talking about. I know you don't want to have my old life, I know, and you don't want to dance with the devil too much. Sometimes it's fun, but yeah, you don't want to do this. So yeah, whew. I started this video like in my bad mood, but not, and I didn't knew how to talk about this or what, and now I cannot stop talking, and that's my sign. I will leave it there. I could go on for an hour. If you have enough, you have enough, and I recommend to you, make a commitment, promise yourself something, and go for it. Go for it. Sometimes being your best version is just about not making things worse. Not making things worse. Yeah, the last things I wanted to say is, it's so hard for me. Yeah, it's not easy for me to see my small wins, my small accomplishments, and to tap myself on the shoulder. And it's usually if I have a bad day. I made it a habit. If I have a bad day, I look consciously on how far I have come. On every obstacle I manage to get over, and all the small things. If I'm hyped up or if I feel good, yeah, it's pushing, it's forward. And I have a hard time to celebrate these small wins. So, like I said, maybe you can take something out of this video, and maybe it's an inspiration for you to not to make a change from one day to another, but maybe in the future, a bad day for you is also something good for you. Like I said, if I have a bad day now, it's a good day for me, because I know I will celebrate all my small wins. I will search for evidence, but in the positive direction, and I will be so loving, so kind to me, taking bubble baths the whole day, or going to sauna, or walk into nature, whatever it may is. And if you have like this self-care program, you will also fall in love with your bad days. So, yeah, that's it for today, my friends. I really enjoyed making this video, and thank you for spending time with me. If you want to support my channel, hit the like button, and you could also do me a favor by writing a comment down below. If you don't know what to say, just write the word vibration in the comment section. It would really help me out with the algorithm. He loves this interaction, and I love to read your comments. Feel free to comment anything down below. So, yes, thank you so much again, and see you in the next video.